I'm sorry, sir. I wasn't watching the road. I'm taking my college entrance exam today. I'm rushing to the test site. I don't have much cash on me. How about this? I'll write you an IOU. The woman holding the rope in her hand. She's the one God chose for you. It's her. All right. You don't have to write it. Just don't block the road. I'm really sorry. Get in the car, the man said. I'll take you to the test site. Thank you, sir. Giada Moretti was 20 years old, a senior student with excellent grades, abandoned by her parents as a child. She was raised by her grandmother, Nana Imelda Moretti, blind, seriously ill, and the only family Giada had left. To take care of Nana Imelda, Giada had worked herself to the bone. 2 years of sleepless study, all for this exam. What are you doing? Giada's voice shook. How do you know all this? Who are you? Stop the car! Stop the car! Stop the car! I want to get out. The car didn't slow. This isn't the test site, she snapped, heart pounding. Who the hell are you? Why are you bringing me here? You have 20 minutes left, the man said calmly. Come with me. We're getting a certificate now. A certificate? Giada stared at him. I'm a graduating student. I don't even know you. You want me to get a certificate with you? Let me out. Let me out. Do you hear me? You don't have the right to talk to me like this. He turned his eyes toward her. Cold, unreadable. You only need to know one thing, he said. From today on, you are my legal wife. Let me go. Giada fought his grip. If you don't let me go, I'll call the police. Help, she screamed. Is anyone there? Help. If you don't want the legal certificate, he said, voice low, I can still make you married. But then, I don't know how long it will last. You bastard, she cried. Drive. No. Someone shouted outside. That's Mr. Caruso. Let her go. Let her go. He's the most powerful boss in Chicago, Lorenzo Caruso. Giada went still. Why do you have to marry me? She demanded, trembling. What are you going to do to my grandmother? Nearby, Nana Imelda sold candy on the street. Sir, give me a candy, she said softly. What flavor do you want? The sweetest one. Okay, the man smiled faintly. I'll pick the sweetest one for you. Nana, you're so old, a voice muttered. Your eyes are blind. What are you doing out here? I'm poor, Nana Imelda said. I have a granddaughter in school. She's smart. She always takes first place. She went to take her exam today. As for me, I don't care. I just want to make a little money. Pay for her college tuition. Don't worry, Nana, the man said gently. You're blessed. Your granddaughter, she'll be very happy. He turned slightly. Right, boss? That night, inside a quiet room, Father Ennio Marchetti stood before 3 long lamps. Once cause and effect is triggered, there's no reversing it. Father Ennio said, These 3 lights are the 3 souls of that woman. One will go out, one will vanish. After you bring her back to the house, the first light will be extinguished. After she becomes pregnant, you will extinguish the second. And when she is 7 months pregnant, when the baby is fully formed, you will extinguish the last. When all 3 lights are gone, she's dead and gone. 1 dead, 2 alive. The knot of your wife and child is resolved. Father Ennio's eyes narrowed. Let me ask you one more time, Enzo. Do you really want this? Lorenzo Caruso's jaw tightened. I said, he replied, voice cold. Serafina Belandi is kind to me. I can do anything for her. When will you extinguish the first light? Father Ennio asked. Tonight, Mr. Caruso. Your wife and her grandmother are settled. Your wife's college entrance exam went well. After the exam ended this afternoon, I brought her to the villa. Nana Imelda has been arranged special care, private nurses, a nutritionist, and a family doctor. But as soon as Mrs. Caruso came in, she locked herself in the room. She won't eat. She won't come out. Don't move. Don't move. Giada's voice shook. Say it. Why did you force me to marry you? Lorenzo Caruso's eyes didn't change. Before you do anything, think about the consequences first. If you won't talk, then cancel the marriage registration with me, Giada snapped, raising the gun with both hands. Otherwise, I will. Lorenzo's gaze dropped to the weapon. His mouth twitched like he was amused. You're the first person who dares to point a gun at me. You pointed a gun at my family first, Giada shouted. I'll say it again. Let go of me and my grandmother. Cancel the marriage. Don't think because you're some big boss I'll be afraid. I'll fight you. Lorenzo stepped closer. Don't move. What are you doing? Giada's breath hitched. I wanted to be gentle tonight, he said quietly, but now it seems it isn't necessary. He leaned in, voice low and dangerous. I warned you. Think about the consequences. At least, learn your husband's character first. Then he took the gun from her hands like it weighed nothing, turned it once, and clicked it open. This gun, he said, has never been loaded. Giada froze. A soft knock came at the door. Boss, Aldo Mancini said from outside, since you and your wife are in the same room, you can come extinguish the first lamp. Father Enia's words echoed like a curse. From this moment, her life begins to count down. Giada's face went pale. Lorenzo's voice turned colder. Leave. Aldo hesitated. Yes, sir. The door shut. Giada backed away, clutching her arms. It hurts. Don't come closer. I don't have to. Lorenzo said, turning away like it didn't matter. Do it yourself. Giada stared at him, confused and furious. Why are you doing this to me? He didn't answer right away. Then, I know you're curious. Why I married you. He looked at her over his shoulder. But remember this, my business, the less you know, the better. He tossed a black card onto the bed. As long as you do your duty as my wife, spend whatever you want. Cars, houses, brands. As long as you want it, I can satisfy you. Giada's hands shook. I don't want your money. But I have 3 requirements, she said, forcing her voice steady. You must promise. Lorenzo's eyes narrowed. Speak. First, my grandmother is my bottom line, Giada said. If you threaten her again, I will fight you, no matter who you are. Lorenzo's expression didn't soften, but his voice lowered. I set up a villa for your nana. Best nutritionist, best family doctor. You call that a threat? Giada snapped. Lorenzo leaned in. Would you rather drag her back out and live that hard life again? Giada swallowed. Second, she continued, even if I married you, you can't delay my studies. I'm going to college. College, Lorenzo repeated. What major? It's none of your business. He stared at her for a long beat. Normal husband and wife conversation. I have nothing to talk to you about, Giada shot back. Lorenzo's voice dipped. Then do something else. Giada's eyes widened. No, wait, that's not what I meant. He didn't move closer, just watched her, calm like a storm that hadn't started yet. Giada forced herself to breathe. We were talking about my major. Fine, Lorenzo said. Tell me. Giada lifted her chin. Medicine. Lorenzo studied her like he was weighing whether she was serious. Medicine isn't like being a rich lady. It's hard, it's exhausting. Pressure that never ends. What does that mean to you? It means everything, Giada said. It's my dream. You people with money? She added, voice sharp. Don't you have dreams? Lorenzo didn't answer. Giada's eyes flashed. I don't just want to study medicine. I want to specialize in biology theory. Become an expert. She spoke faster now, like she couldn't stop herself. You know what it means if scientific theory moves even one small step? If human life increases by just 0.1 years? 8 billion people, Giada whispered. That's 8 billion years. She pressed a hand to her chest. My own life could become 8 billion years. Isn't that meaningful? For the first time, Lorenzo's expression cracked, just slightly, like something in him moved. Outside the door, Aldo's voice was barely audible to someone on the phone. Boss is in the room with her, and it's happening. And in the temple, Father Enia murmured. From this moment, the countdown begins. Later that night, Giada stood near the window, still shaking. Is there anything else you want? Lorenzo's gaze held hers. Your third requirement. Giada hesitated, then whispered almost too quietly. Later, can you kiss me? The room went still. From the hallway, Aldo exhaled under his breath like the air turned heavy, and somewhere far away in the shadow of another promise, a woman's voice echoed in Lorenzo's memory. My only wish is to marry you. Serafina Belandi. The next morning, Aldo reported quietly, Boss, your wife and her grandmother are stable. Mrs. Caruso's exam results look strong. After she arrived at the villa, she didn't eat, she didn't come out. Lorenzo's jaw tightened. Give her time. Aldo hesitated. Boss, Father Enia says the first lamp has been affected. Lorenzo's eyes darkened. I know. In another room, Serafina's voice was soft but sharp with jealousy. I heard you and your new wife are getting along. Lorenzo's voice was cold. Don't think too much. I can't fall in love with her. You know why I married her. Serafina stepped closer. Then why involve another person's life? I don't care about titles, she whispered. I only care about your heart. Lorenzo's eyes flickered. Serafina's voice softened like a blade wrapped in silk. It was you who said that mountain tea flower saved your life. No matter the price, she said. I want it. Married. Lorenzo's throat tightened. Serafina, I won't let you down. I just need a little more time. Back at the villa, Giada rushed down the stairs. Nana, Nana. Nana Imelda sat carefully on the couch, hands trembling slightly, surrounded by staff. A maid bowed. Madam, this way, please. Giada grabbed Nana's hands. Nana, are you okay? Nana smiled, blind eyes shining with relief. I'm okay, Gia. A maid added quickly. Madam, don't worry. Mr. Caruso told us again and again, give the old lady the best conditions. Food, environment, medicine, the best. Giada swallowed hard. Although Lorenzo Caruso had a terrifying temper, he was being careful in ways she didn't understand. Nana Imelda squeezed her hand. Gia, how did you meet Mr. Caruso? Why didn't you tell me? Is he good to you? Giada hesitated, then said quietly, he's good to me. Nana smiled. That's good. And yet Giada couldn't shake one question. Why did Lorenzo Caruso marry her? I heard them say his life is a lonely star. As long as your fate is special, you can marry him. A star? Giada asked softly. Yes, the maid replied. Don't think Mr. Caruso is cruel by nature. He's the richest man in Chicago, but he suffered a lot growing up. His parents died right in front of him. Father Enia once said he was unlucky. The Caruso family believed he was cursed. They abused him, even left him alone in a church, hoping he'd end his own life. So that's why he became like this. Extreme, cold. Madam, please forgive him. Giada lowered her eyes. So, he's like me. He lost his parents as a child too. Maybe his temper is just a wound that never healed, the maid continued. But madam, Mr. Caruso has always wanted a real family. As long as you stay with him, give him a son and a daughter, I'm sure he won't treat you badly. Nana Imelda sighed. Gia, as the saying goes, 100 years in the same boat, 1,000 years on the same pillow. Since you and Mr. Caruso have this fate, you should cherish it. And I'm getting old, Nana added gently. I also want to hold a great-grandchild soon. Later, boss, Aldo Mancini reported. As you ordered, the gift for your wife is ready. Next, you'll need her to get pregnant to extinguish the second lamp. Lorenzo Caruso's face darkened. My wife just graduated high school. We haven't been married long. I don't want a child so soon. Aldo hesitated. Boss, fate doesn't wait. That night, Giada held the admission letter with trembling hands. Chicago Imperial Medical Academy, she whispered. This kind of school doesn't only look at grades, family and connections matter more. Lorenzo said flatly, I'm an investor. Whoever I want enrolled, gets enrolled. Giada stared at him. Thank you, she said quietly. But I have a question. Lorenzo looked at her. What? Do you like children? He paused. I guess. Like me? His eyes flickered. You look cold on the outside, Giada said, but I think you just lack love. You also want a warm home, don't you? If we have children in the future, will you be happy? From outside, Aldo whispered urgently to Father Enia. Once cause and effect begins, it can't be delayed. Boss must act soon. A few days later, what? Giada cried. You want children now? I still have to go to college. How about one more year? She pleaded. Just one more year, please be gentle. I still hurt. Lorenzo turned away, fists clenched. In his memory, angry voices echoed. You killed them all. We can't stand you. Get out. He swallowed hard. I'm used to it, he muttered. Then softly to Giada. Try this. Put it under your pillow, helps with sleep. She looked at the small herbal pouch. My Nana used to make these for me, ginseng flower. You like that too? He asked quietly. I remember it from when I was a kid. My relatives said I was unlucky. I tried to end my life several times. He froze, surprised he'd said it out loud. From now on, you won't be alone anymore, he added. You still have me, and our future baby. Then to Aldo, cold and sharp, order a diamond set, and a Cadillac. Deliver them tomorrow morning. Madam, the nurse said, Sir said you were exhausted last night. I brought supplements for pregnancy. Giada blushed. Thank you, Aldo added. Boss, there's an international meeting tonight. Cancel it, Lorenzo said. Tonight, I stay home. I have to get my wife pregnant. That afternoon, why did you go out without telling me? Lorenzo snapped over the phone. I just went to a class reunion. Giada said, I'll be back soon. Your classmates have bullied you for 3 years. You hate those gatherings. You're busy with work. I didn't want to bother you. And after I collect my graduation certificate, I'll leave. I won't stay long. Remember your identity, Lorenzo said coldly. Don't cause trouble. Then to Aldo. Transfer Galaxy Bay surveillance to my phone. At the reunion, Camilla Vescari laughed, showing off a red thread on her wrist. Don't you know? Mr. Caruso believes in fate. The woman with the red thread becomes his wife. You're the prettiest girl here, Camilla, and your family works with Black Gold Chamber. You'll be Mrs. Caruso for sure. So what if she gets first place? Camilla sneered. Better marry rich, someone whispered. But Lorenzo Caruso's already married. What? Camilla froze. Giada walked in. Do you think dressing up means you can escape us after graduation? Rocco Santoro sneered. People like you will always be under us. He grabbed her arm. You can go to college, he laughed, but you won't afford tuition. Why not work for rich people like your grandma? Suddenly he noticed the medicine bottle in her bag. Pregnancy medicine? He laughed cruelly. Top student becoming a kept woman? I'm married, Giada shouted. I'm pregnant with my husband's child. Old broke husband? Rocco mocked. Can he satisfy you? Let me help. He shoved her. Help her, someone yelled. Then a cold voice cut through the room. Move your hands. Lorenzo Caruso stood at the door. Silence fell. Camilla rushed forward. President Caruso, we're so sorry. Eat it, Lorenzo said, kicking the medicine bottle toward Rocco. Floor's dirty. Trash belongs in the trash. Rocco collapsed, shaking. Camilla cried, our family still has projects with Black Gold Chamber. Lorenzo's eyes were ice. So, contracts were torn apart. People begged. Some cried. No one dared breathe. Then Lorenzo turned and looked only at Giada. Why are you still standing there? He said quietly. Come. She ran to him. No matter what happens, he said, pulling her close. You are my wife. Go, go, go. Father Enia's voice suddenly turned sharp. Your husband is responsible for this. Leave now. Giada froze. My husband is responsible? What does that mean? She turned, searching. Aldo, is Lorenzo in this church too? Behind the screen, Father Enia lowered his voice. Boss, after you extinguish the second lamp, your wife will only have one soul left. She and the baby won't live long. Your union with Serafina Belandi will be closer to being fulfilled. Lorenzo's fists clenched. I can live 8 years alone, Father Enea continued. Isn't that meaningful? He studied Lorenzo's face. You're hesitating. Are you already in love with that woman? Serafina's voice trembled. Enzo, are you in love with her? Didn't you promise me you wouldn't fall in love with her? I don't care if you marry her. I don't care if you spoil her. I don't care if she has a child. I only care about your heart. Why did you give your sincerity to her? If I had known it would be like this, I would rather be the one suffering. Father Enea urged. Boss, make your decision quickly. From the day you married her, fate has already turned. If you hesitate, both you and Miss Belandi will be in danger. A guard stepped forward. Miss, no one is allowed here. Please leave. Giada forced a bow. I'm sorry, I'll leave right now. Father Enea's voice followed her. When your wife is 7 months pregnant, you may come extinguish the last lamp. When the child is born, your bond with Miss Belandi will be complete. Outside the church, under the camellia tree. They say this tree is very good for making wishes, Serafina said softly. You can only make one wish in your lifetime. She closed her eyes. I wish I won't suffer anymore. I wish the last camellia never falls. And I wish your life will always be safe. Later that day, Enzo. Someone said, we found the girl who made the wish years ago. She's the daughter of a rich family. Serafina smiled gently. Thank you for my wish. No matter what I want, you can satisfy it, right? My only wish is to be your wife. That night at the villa, did you see the message? Giada asked quietly. Yes. The doctor said, the baby's position isn't stable, so I went to pray, she said. But the incense all broke. The priest said it might be serious. Lorenzo interrupted. Don't think too much. I'll arrange the best doctors and nutritionists. You just need to focus on having the baby. Giada touched her belly. Having a baby should be happy. Then why do you look worried? A doctor said carefully, this is the strongest reaction we've ever seen in a patient. You must rest, eat well, and take supplements on time. Another whispered, Boss, she's fragile. It would be better if she rests completely. Lorenzo nodded. Do whatever is necessary. Giada smiled faintly. Maybe the church was just superstition, she told herself. Lorenzo has been good to me. I shouldn't overthink it. Do you feel better? She asked him later. Yes, Lorenzo replied quietly. I made chicken soup for you, Giada said. Let it cool first. The doctor said my pregnancy is harder than most, she laughed. But it's okay. As long as our baby is healthy, it's worth it. She teased, What good deeds did you do in your last life to marry such a good wife? Lorenzo almost smiled. In the blink of an eye, 7 months passed. The baby's profile looks exactly like yours, Giada said after the ultrasound. When he grows up, he'll be so handsome. What are you writing? Lorenzo asked. My diary, she said. I always write in it. There's a family dinner tonight, Lorenzo said. I'll go first. Take me with you, Giada said softly. We've been married so long, I've never met your family. It's not appropriate, he replied, and you're about to give birth. We have to meet them sooner or later, she said gently. After a pause, he nodded. Fine, I'll see you after I speak with them. A guard whispered, Boss, the gentleman is looking for you. Lorenzo turned. Go inside first, I'll be back. At the family estate, Boss, Father Ania whispered urgently, your wife is 7 months pregnant. It's time to extinguish the last lamp. Cause and effect is complete. You must act now. Inside the mansion, this is a Caruso family dinner, a servant said sharply. Who are you to come in? I'm Lorenzo Caruso's wife, Giada answered. A maid hesitated. Madam, why are you here? I've been married for a while, Giada said. I should greet the elders. Fine, go in. As she walked through the hall, voices drifted over. Miss Belandi, these gifts are worth millions. The old lady prepared them all for you. Donna Costanza laughed. I spent a lot, but it's worth it. Enzo's business is almost finished, another elder said. Our two families have been engaged for years, it's time. We already checked the dates, someone added. Next month is perfect. Giada's heart dropped. They're planning his marriage with another woman. A servant smiled at her awkwardly. You're Enzo's wife, right? You've carried the child for 7 months. Your task is almost complete. Giada's face went white. Task? What task? Before she could ask more, Serafina appeared. That's between Enzo and me, Serafina said coolly. You don't need to know. Giada rushed forward. I'll ask my husband myself. Enzo, she said, voice shaking. That woman, she's 7 months pregnant. Have you been working too hard? Lorenzo's expression turned cold. This is my private matter. Since you won't hurt her, Serafina said softly, then I will. She pushed Giada. Lorenzo caught her instantly. Are you okay? I'll call the hospital, someone shouted. Serafina clenched her fists. He protects her. Even now. That night, does it hurt? Lorenzo whispered, holding Giada's hands. It's good you and the baby are safe. Giada forced a smile. You protected me. That means I still matter to you. Then what is your relationship with Serafina? She asked quietly. I heard elders talking about your marriage. Lorenzo stood up. You misunderstood. We just grew up together. Then why didn't you choose her? Giada asked. Why marry me instead? I told you, he said, voice flat. You should know less about me. I have work to do. Sleep early. Later, Serafina met Giada alone. Do you know what the 3 lamps mean? She asked. Giada's breath caught. Enzo and I were supposed to marry this year, Serafina said, but fate demanded 1 wife and 1 child. You were chosen as the price. Giada shook. No, that's impossible. The first lamp went out when you married him. The second when you got pregnant. And the last, Serafina whispered, is when the child is born. Giada collapsed into the chair. My baby was only a sacrifice? Yes. And Enzo knew from the beginning. Giada's voice broke. So all those words, all that kindness, were just to make me die quietly? Serafina looked away. He would do anything for the woman he loves. And that woman is not you. Finally, we can live together, Serafina said, her eyes shining. Thank you, Donna Costanza, for letting me step away from the church life. That's why Enzo and I can be together, she continued softly. To hide it from him, we went to temple after temple, getting blessings and witnesses. It took so much effort. Serafina's mother leaned closer. Enzo has hated the Caruso family since he was a boy. Now he holds all the power. He won't let us take a single benefit from the family. So after you marry him, the woman warned, you must hold on tight. We're on the same boat now. And if we're going down, Serafina said with a cold smile, then we go down together. A door slammed. Enzo, what are you doing? Someone cried. Rocco, are you crazy? Another shouted. Serafina is your fiancée. We are your family. A quiet voice cut through them. You are? Serafina whispered, stunned. A woman stepped forward like a shadow, calm and unshaken. I am Elena Vieri, the last camellia in the world. I will never fall, and may that woman's life bloom the way mine did. Donna Costanza's hands shook. This is my fault. I shouldn't have pushed her into that fire pit. Then a servant rushed in, breathless. Donna, It's a miracle. Your granddaughter, she's still alive. Nana Rosa froze. What did you say? She must have been kind and pure, the servant said quickly. That's why a miracle happened. She'll have a child soon. Nana Rosa's knees weakened. Thank you, thank you. A bowl was pressed into her hands. Here, chicken soup. Drink it while it's hot. A TV voice echoed in the background. Recently, the wife of the chairman of the Black Gold Consortium passed away after complications in pregnancy. The cause appears linked to internal power struggles within the Caruso family. Today, Lorenzo Caruso has been reported dead. 11 members of the Caruso family have been handed over to authorities. At present, Lorenzo Caruso is in mourning and refuses all interviews. Nana Rosa stared at the screen, confused. Mourning? But he kept saying he was your husband, and you were his wife. Gia's voice came back like a haunting promise. I, Giada Romano, am willing to be your wife, until death do us part. Thank you, Gia said at the podium. That concludes my report on AI applied to international medical technology. Applause. Thank you, Dr. Romano, for your outstanding presentation. No wonder you're one of the top rising researchers in the medical school, another professor said. You joined a major project immediately after graduation. I heard she and Professor Greco are still dating. Dating? They're a perfect match. Gia stepped down, smiling politely, while her eyes looked distant. Gia, Adriano asked gently, what do you think about the wedding? Adriano, thank you for taking care of me all these years, she said. But you know I had a failed marriage. I don't care about your past, he said firmly. My parents are urging me. We're not young anymore. After we marry, life will get better, the past will fade. Even Nana Rosa, weaker now, repeated it with shaky love. I'm getting older, Gia, I can't always be there. If you meet a good man, marry him, so you'll have someone to lean on. Gia swallowed and nodded. You're right, it's time. Then we'll pick a date, Adriano said, relieved. Later that night, hello, Godfather, Adriano said into the phone. It's me. I'm getting married. I want to invite you. A pause. Marriage? The deep voice replied. I know. A man beside him muttered. Boss, he's just a student you sponsored. Is it necessary to deal with him personally? The voice stayed calm. He isn't important. His medical project is. Adriano met him with respect. Godfather, why did you come in person? You're welcome, the man said. Call me Mr. Caruso. My family was in trouble before, Adriano explained. You sponsored me through medical school. You're my godfather. Mr. Caruso's eyes flicked toward Gia. So this is your fiancée? Adriano smiled. Yes, Giada Romano. Caruso held the name for one extra second, like it belonged to him. Gia forced a polite smile. Nice to meet you, sir. Someone whispered nearby, thinking Gia couldn't hear. Mr. Caruso invests in medicine because of his late wife. It's been 6 years. He's finishing her dream. Gia's breath caught. Then she made a mistake. How did your wife die? She asked. Adriano stiffened. Gia, but Mr. Caruso only smiled, slow, unreadable. It's fine. And in that moment, Gia felt it. This wasn't a stranger. This was a storm wearing a suit. Mr. Caruso's driver held the door as the black sedan waited at the curb. There's a consortium dinner tonight, Mr. Caruso said, adjusting his cufflinks like the conversation was business. Come with us. Adriano's face brightened. Godfather, thank you. We'll be there on time. Gia's stomach dropped. Don't go, she said quietly. Adriano blinked. What do you mean? I don't want to go. Gia repeated, firmer this time. Adriano lowered his voice, almost pleading. Gia, that's a Black Gold Consortium dinner. People who can change careers with one phone call will be there. It's a chance to build connections. And besides, he glanced at Mr. Caruso. Proud, I have a godfather. That's why I can even stand in that room. Gia forced a smile that didn't reach her eyes. It feels like a trap, she whispered. Adriano chuckled nervously. A trap? Come on, you're overthinking. Gia rubbed her temple. I'm not feeling well. Can we go to your place? I just need to lie down. Mr. Caruso's gaze slid to her, sharp and calm. As you can see, he said to Adriano, your fiancée is delicate. Then he added, smooth as oil. If you take her home now, I won't blame you. Adriano exhaled with relief. Thank you, Godfather. Mr. Caruso turned away, but his words followed like a shadow. Just remember, he said, almost to himself, 6 years ago, someone hurt my wife. Gia froze. And wounds like that, Mr. Caruso continued softly, don't heal easily. Gia was still in Adriano's small apartment, wrapped in a blanket on the couch when the knock came. Adriano opened the door. "Godfather?" he said, shocked. "What brings you here?" Mr. Caruso held up a small velvet pouch. "Miss Romano left something at the bridal shop," he said. "I'm returning it." Gia's heart lurched. "What is?" Adriano asked. "Earrings," Mr. Caruso replied. Gia's fingers tightened around the blanket. I did lose them." Adriano rushed to smooth things over. "Godfather, it's such a small thing. You didn't have to come personally." Mr. Caruso's smile didn't move his eyes. "Small things matter." Gia tried to keep her voice steady. "Thank you, sir." Adriano stepped aside quickly. "Please come in. It's just a home-cooked meal." "Nothing special." Mr. Caruso entered like he owned the air in the room. He glanced around, clean, modest, warm. Then he asked, casually cruel, "You two live together?" Adriano laughed. "Not yet. Gia stays in the dorm most days. She's traditional." "Traditional," Mr. Caruso repeated, tasting the word. Gia felt her throat tighten. He sat. Adriano hurried to pour a drink. Mr. Caruso watched Gia the entire time, and then like a blade hidden in velvet, he said, "When I married my wife," he paused, voice low, "I didn't sleep all night." Gia's body went cold. Adriano coughed, embarrassed. "Godfather," Mr. Caruso waved it off. "Relax, I'm just saying, marriage is serious." He looked directly at Gia now. "Miss Romano," he said, "sit, eat." Gia sat because refusing felt dangerous. Mr. Caruso took one bite, set the spoon down, and spoke as if he was offering a gift. "Adriano," he said, "I've got medical business outside Illinois, a branch that needs a capable man." Adriano straightened immediately. "I won't disappoint you." "If you take it," Mr. Caruso continued, "you'll be away 3, maybe 5 years." The room fell silent. Adriano swallowed. "5 years?" Mr. Caruso nodded. "That's how careers are made." Adriano forced a smile. "Of course, I'll go wherever you want me." Gia's voice came out small. "Adriano," he looked at her, guilty. "Gia, this is huge." Gia's hands shook. "But we're about to get married." Mr. Caruso leaned back. "Young people should be ambitious." Then he delivered the final line like a verdict. "As for Miss Romano," he looked at Gia, unblinking, "I'll take care of her for you." Gia's stomach turned. Adriano laughed awkwardly. "Godfather, no, I couldn't." "You can," Mr. Caruso said simply. Gia stood up too fast. I have a stomachache. Excuse me." She rushed into the bathroom and locked the door. Gia gripped the sink, breathing hard. Her reflection stared back, pale, trembling, trapped. She whispered, almost soundless, "I've already died once." Memories hit like flashes. A forced ring. A wife label used like a chain. A man saying he loved her while her life counted down. Her breath cracked. "Why won't you let me go?" she whispered. Then her phone buzzed. A message, unknown number. "He's back, and he never stopped looking for you." Gia's hands went numb. Outside the bathroom door, she heard Mr. Caruso's calm voice. "Adriano, you're a good boy." And then quieter, like a secret meant only for the walls. "But what's hers will always come back to me." Gia covered her mouth to stop herself from making a sound, because deep down, she knew. Mr. Caruso didn't come for earrings, he came for her. The ballroom glittered with crystal lights and champagne towers, businessmen in tailored suits, women in diamonds, and standing at the center of it all, Dominic Caruso. The moment he entered, conversations lowered. Power didn't need to shout. "Mr. Caruso," executives rushed over, smiling too hard. "President Caruso." "Sir." But Dominic's eyes searched only one face. Gia Romano was not there. His jaw tightened. "Find her," he said quietly into his phone. Within seconds, messages spread through his men like electric current. Adriano stood by the bar, nervous, fingers tight around his glass. A man in a dark suit leaned close. "Dr. Bellucci," the man said, smiling, "your research grant approval just cleared." Adriano's eyes widened. "Already?" The man nodded. "President Caruso personally signed it." Another executive joined them. "And your overseas hospital placement? Also arranged." Adriano swallowed. I didn't know it would be this fast." The men exchanged knowing looks. In this world, nothing was free. Gia stood outside the hotel, phone in shaking hands. Unknown number again. "If you don't want history to repeat itself, don't let Adriano take the overseas deal." Her heart slammed against her ribs. She typed back, "Who are you?" 3 dots appeared, then stopped. Then another message came. Someone who already paid the price once. Gia's chest felt tight. She looked up and froze. Across the street, 2 men leaned against a black SUV, pretending to scroll on their phones. But she knew they were watching her. Inside the ballroom, a woman in a red dress walked straight toward Dominic. Sharp eyes, calm smile. Sabrina Moretti, she said. Black Gold Strategic Affairs. Dominic barely glanced at her. Speak. Sabrina leaned closer. Your wife left the building. My people say she looked scared. That got his attention. What else? Sabrina lowered her voice. Adriano Bellucci is being positioned for an overseas transfer. Permanent. Dominic's fingers curled slowly. So they want to move my obstacle, he said. And leave the woman behind, Sabrina finished. Silence stretched. Then Dominic said, cold and final, cancel the transfer. Sabrina hesitated. That will ruin the boy's career. Dominic looked at her. I didn't ask about his career. Gia rushed back into the ballroom, scanning faces until she found Adriano. She grabbed his arm. We need to talk, now. Adriano blinked. Gia, what's wrong? Did Mr. Caruso offer you an overseas position? His expression shifted. How did you know? Are you going to take it? Adriano hesitated. It's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. I can't just say no. Gia's voice cracked. Then what about us? He softened. It's only a few years. When I come back, we'll be stable. We'll have everything. Gia shook her head. No, this isn't about opportunity. This is about control. Adriano frowned. You're overthinking again. She gripped his sleeve. Adriano, listen to me. He doesn't want you gone for your success. He wants you gone so I stay. Adriano went silent. Then slowly, why would he care about you that much? Before she could answer, a familiar, dangerous voice cut in. Because she belongs to me. They both turned. Dominic stood behind them, eyes dark and unreadable. The room felt colder. Adriano stiffened. Godfather, what do you mean by that? Dominic ignored him and looked only at Gia. Come here. Gia's body refused to move. I said, Dominic repeated, voice dropping, come here. Adriano stepped in front of her. Sir, she's my fiancée. Dominic finally looked at him. You're alive, he said calmly, because she asked me not to ruin you. Adriano's face went pale. Dominic turned back to Gia. Did you really think, he asked quietly, you could disappear and I wouldn't find you again? Her throat burned. You promised to let me go. His jaw tightened. I promised, he said, if you chose to leave, I wouldn't stop you. Then he added, low and bitter, I never promised I'd stop loving you. The ballroom had gone silent. Everyone was watching. Dominic leaned closer to Gia. If you stay, he said, Adriano gets everything he was promised. Career, safety, reputation. He glanced at Adriano. If you leave with him, his eyes returned to Gia. I won't protect him anymore. Adriano shook his head. Sir, don't put this on her. Dominic ignored him. Gia felt like the floor was falling away. This again. Someone else's life on the scale. She whispered, you're still doing this, trading lives for obedience. Dominic's voice softened dangerously. I'm giving you control, Gia. She closed her eyes. When she opened them, her voice was steady. I'll stay. Adriano's head snapped toward her. Gia, no. She grabbed his hand. Listen to me, she said quietly. You go. You take the chance. You live. Tears filled his eyes. Then what happens to you? She forced a smile. I'll be fine. Dominic watched it all, expression unreadable. Then he said to Adriano, you leave Chicago tonight. Later, in the quiet of the car, Gia stared out the window as city lights blurred past. Dominic sat beside her, silent. Finally she spoke. You still think love means owning someone? He answered softly. No, I think love means never letting the world hurt you again. She laughed bitterly. You are the world that hurts me. His fingers twitched. Like he wanted to reach for her, but didn't. Then his phone buzzed. Sabrina's voice came through. President Caruso, we have a problem. What? Your uncle, Victor Caruso, is moving. Dominic's eyes went cold. How long? Minutes. Dominic's hand shot to the door handle. Turn the car around. Gia's heart jumped. What's happening? He looked at her, deadly serious. The people who killed you once, he said, are coming to finish the job. Got you. I'll continue with the attack scene, keeping it high tension but not graphic and safe for YouTube and teen audiences. The car made a sharp turn. Gia grabbed the seat. Enzo, what's happening? Before he could answer, the street lights ahead suddenly went dark. The driver slammed the brakes. Tires! The driver shouted. Something hit the tires. The car swerved and skidded to a stop. Another vehicle blocked the road ahead. Doors opened. Shadows stepped out. Not rushing, not shouting, too calm. Enzo's eyes hardened. Stay in the car, he ordered Gia. No, she said, grabbing his sleeve. I'm not doing this again. I won't be left behind. His jaw tightened. Gia! The driver yelled, Boss, they're surrounding us. Enzo pulled Gia down low behind the seat. Then he opened the door and stepped out. A tall man walked forward, clapping slowly. 6 years, he said, and you still look like you own the city. Enzo's voice was ice. Victor. Victor Caruso smiled. You destroyed half the family for one woman. Prison. Ruin. Death. And now you want to pretend you deserve peace? Gia heard everything from inside the car, heart pounding. Victor pointed toward the vehicle. So tell me, Enzo, is that her? Enzo moved instantly, blocking the line of sight. You don't get to look at her. Victor laughed, still protecting. Even after she ran. Enzo didn't answer. Victor's smile faded. Step aside. Enzo didn't move. Gia's hands were shaking. She remembered the temple, the lamps, the lies, the sacrifice. And she remembered the man who had just turned the entire city upside down to protect her again. She opened the door and stepped out. Stop, she said. Both men turned. Enzo's voice went sharp. Gia, get back in the car. Victor's eyes lit up. So this is her? Gia stood beside Enzo, not behind him. If you want someone, she said, steady but terrified, you deal with me, not him. Enzo grabbed her arm. What are you doing? She looked up at him. I'm tired of you bleeding for me. Victor watched them with interest. Touching, he said. Very touching. Then he raised his hand. His men shifted forward. Enzo pulled Gia behind him again. No, she whispered. Don't. Suddenly, headlights flared from the side street. Multiple vehicles. Black Gold. Consortium security. Sabrina's voice came through a loudspeaker. Victor Caruso, this area is under consortium control. Stand down. Victor cursed under his breath. So you really did bring backup, he snapped at Enzo. Enzo didn't answer. His focus never left Gia. Victor raised his voice. This isn't over, Enzo. You can't protect her forever. Then he stepped back. His men retreated into the cars. Engines roared, and just like that, they were gone. Silence fell over the street. Gia's knees went weak. Enzo caught her before she fell. You could have been hurt, he said, voice breaking for the first time. You told me to stay hidden, she whispered. That's what you always do. You fight alone. He pulled her into his arms before he could stop himself. I almost lost you again, he murmured into her hair. Sabrina approached carefully. Boss, we should move. This place isn't safe. Enzo nodded, then looked down at Gia. You're coming with me. Her voice was small. To where? Home. Her heart skipped. Your house? Our house, he corrected quietly. She froze. I can't live like before, she said. Not as a prisoner, not as a replacement, not as your sacrifice. He met her eyes. She searched his face. Then what am I to you? His voice was low, raw, honest. You are the woman I failed once and won't fail again. Back in the car, Sabrina spoke quietly. Boss, Victor wasn't acting alone. Enzo's eyes sharpened. Who's backing him? Sabrina hesitated. Someone inside the consortium. Gia's breath caught. Meaning, this isn't just family revenge, she whispered. Sabrina nodded. It's a power grab. And she looked at Gia. Are the leverage. Enzo's hand closed protectively over Gia's. Then they'll have to go through me. Sabrina's fingers flew across the keyboard. She's not just taking over the board, she said. She's activating the Elders' Council. Enzo's eyes narrowed. That council hasn't met in 10 years. That's because they only gather for one reason.